Okay, ladies, we're going to get started. We'll just let others in as they come in to join us. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome to how to turn your federal experience into income. How do you go from being a Fed to a CEO, right? So before we get started, I really want to just tell you guys that I'm so happy that you decided to come spend your Sunday afternoon with me, and hopefully I can get you to where you want to be, so you can keep moving forward in what you need in your business. So everybody, go ahead and drop in the chat where you're joining us from. Let's see how everybody's doing, where you're coming in from. You guys joining us from Florida. Welcome, Florida. What else? DC, Landover, Maryland. DC, right outside of DC, Washington, DC. Welcome, welcome, Karen. Welcome, Leisha. Welcome. I hope I say it right. Taffany from Fayetteville, Georgia. Welcome, welcome,
That's
lady.
correct. Thank you.
Good, 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 good. Welcome. So, ladies, so this is an interactive workshop. So you're gonna leave with some things. So I would love if you turn your cameras on so we can get the energy in the room and we can talk to each other. This is gonna be a safe space. Everything we talk about in here, so they're gonna stay in here. I do want to tell you that the session will be recorded and you'll get 7 days access to the replay, and you'll also get the workbook here. So let me go ahead and put the link to the workbook in here to make sure you guys have it. Let me download this workbook. I got so many windows open, so I'm trying to make sure I give everybody a workbook here. Just when I think I got the tech figured out, I don't. Okay, go ahead and grab that for you. Why I admit people too. I'm gonna stop sharing for 1 second, ladies, so I can get this workbook link. All right. Okay. All right. And before I share back again, everybody, let me know if you could open that workbook. And you can just come off mute and let me know you can open the workbook.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Everybody see it okay? All right. We may have to drop it in again. So we'll just hold it in case we need to drop it in again. All right, so that's what we're going to use, ladies. And you see my screen? Everyone see my screen okay? Let me go ahead and share my slides again. Alrighty. All right, here we go. Okay, ladies. So let me tell you a little bit about me before we get started. So I am Daisy Jones Brown, and I am a retired federal leader. I just retired. This whole thing going on with DRP, we're going to talk a little bit about that and what that means. I also spent 20 years in the Air Force, eight of them active duties, and then 12 in the reserves. And so 35 plus years hanging out within the federal government. And I'll be honest with you, it was probably about 5 years ago that I really thought, how can I create my own power pivot? How can I really, exit the government how I want to exit the government? And so I really thought about it. My husband and I started with real estate, and we was able to, in 3 years, lady, have $1 million portfolio in real estate. But that opened up a lot of doors for us. And then I was able to, invest in a tech startup, in a hotel, etc., and get in the rooms with other six, seven, eight-figure entrepreneurs. And none of it sort of like happened by chance. It's like I created my own power pivot, how I want it to look. And so now I have other women just like you ladies, create the same thing, how you create your own power pivot. How do you want to do this thing once you exit the government? I created a framework around it. We're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about how we can turn decades, like probably most of you have, of experience into income, freedom, legacy. How do you want to do it on your own terms? What I really want you to know is you're not starting over. You're not starting from scratch. And I know most of you know that. You're starting from experience. And so, really, so we get that, I want you to drop in the chat. Starting from experience. I'm starting from experience. You guys are starting from experience. If you believe that, drop that in the chat that you're starting from experience. Nobody believes it? Well, yay, one person believe it. Okay, great. Yeah, we're starting from experience. So there's always some myths around, hey, can I really do this? Can I really start here? Can I really make money? Can you make money from what you already know? I'm telling you right now, decades of experience is your currency in coaching and the consulting world. And the coaching and consulting world is huge right now. Lots is happening there. Can you really start from scratch? Yes. You just need a framework to sort of repurpose those skills you've already mastered from doing in those particular jobs and for so long. Do you need a degree? No. You need clarity, you need confidence, you need the right structure to do what you need to do. All right. So this is our agenda for today. We're going to start with the sacred shift, how you do that, how you find your sweet spot in your business, your first offer, and your power pivot plan. Again, you have to participate for us to get this done. Use your workbook, use a piece of paper on the side, and we're gonna do this together. So by the end of the workshop, you'll have clarity on the top skills from your government career that are in high demand. How you get your business sweet spot. How do you do a custom offer designed to bring you in revenue quickly that honestly you could sell today? And create your personal pivot plan so you know exactly what you're supposed to do next, and you'll have the confidence you need in turning your government experience into income producing business, right? So the sacred shift. So, ladies, and I want you to talk to me. The federal government has been changing DRP, early retirement, regular retirement. Who's affected by any of that, and what are you guys affected by? Okay. What's up, Karen? Starting from experience, that's what the Go ahead. Who has their hand up? Karen, Karen, you want to talk about it, or You
I
just
mean,
let
I
me
can
know.
talk instead of typing it in the chat.
Yes, please do.
So, hello everyone. My name is Karen Willis. I'm in the Washington, D.C. area. I worked for General Services Administration, also known as GSA, and I was RIFT, so reduction in force. So, in essence, I was laid off, and my agency opened the DRP, they called it 2.0 at the end of March. And so I opted in for that. And through the DRP, I'm going to retire at the end of the year.
Okay. Welcome and thank you for sharing, Karen. And I see Miranda here. You're at DRP, then regular retirement as well, right? Miranda, you want to talk about what's happening with you?
Yes, hello everyone. So my name is Miranda, and I'm out of the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. Um, so I've worked for housing and urban development for 23 years. I did 9 years in the military.
Did we lose her?
Um, so
Oh,
I mean, I guess I'm feeling right now that I guess I felt tired. So yeah, so I did the DRP, and then I'll be going into regular retirement.
okay. Welcome, Miranda. Thank you both for sharing. Would anybody else like to share about what's happening with them?
I
It's
think for
real late.
me, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I think for me, it's one of those where, you've worked, and I wasn't ready to retire. And but God has blessed me that I'm able to retire. I have the years, I have the years and the age, but I wasn't ready to retire. And so, some days I'm real good, and some days I'm like, this is some crap. Like this,
You
this
said,
isn't,
Karen.
this isn't what I wanted. And, you know, So Miranda and I were in the DRP, so I'm sure she's still getting paid as I am. But it's like, okay, I'm used to two paychecks a month. And then come January or February, it'll just be one check a month. And it's like, oh my goodness, like, what is that going to look like?
Yes,
And so it's kind of, I'm all over the place.
yes, yes. And I get it, Karen. I so get it because I'm DRP going into regular retirement too at the end of September. So I so get it. I get it from all you. Lisa, is it Lisa? 20 plus years. Am I saying that right? I want to get your guys' name right, Lisa. And so none of us is really like, a lot of us is not like expecting it. But I do want you guys to embody this, that you really do have everything you need already. You really do have everything you need to go into retirement. You really do have everything you need to bet on yourself, to go out on your own, whether you want to do a side hustle or whether you want to turn it into a full blown business. You do have a way that you can bring income in from all that knowledge and experience that you have 20, 30, 10, 40 years. A lot of us, lots of years within the federal government. And so sometimes we do think we need a whole nother degree. We don't. Sometimes you think you need a whole new certification or something. You don't. You really just need a new strategy. Some people want to go get another job, and that's fine. You don't have to. You just need a new model of how you put your skills out there if you don't want to do that. And it's really not too late to start over or to start something new. And sometimes we think that too. So I really want to do this technique with you all so you can get a better idea about what I am talking about. So I'm going to share this with you. So it is done by this guy named Frederick Dotson, right? It's called reality creation technique. And it's about in having like intention about something, right? You want and trying to move towards that. And so, but knowing that every intention you have, there's always this sort of counter intention that comes into the picture. If you guys know what I'm saying. So I'm gonna show you like how to use this so you can manifest like what you want in your life, that you can get to it quicker, whatever intention you have that you've set for yourself. Is that all right? So this guy Fred, right? He's done this technique for many years. I learned this when I was sitting in an 8-figure room, believe it or not. Um, and I tried it, and and it worked for me, you know. But you can also get the book on Amazon. Here's a reality creation technique. So if you like it after we're done, that's where you can go grab the book. But here are some examples that you would say, this is my intention. And you have to set that intention like you already there. Like, I allow myself to make 15K a month with ease in my business. Whatever it is you're doing. I find a job that's just right for me. Or I am slim, healthy, and athletic. Whatever your intention is. So with this technique, you're gonna tell me something you really want to accomplish by the end of 2025. Okay. I want you to say it as if you have already done it, like it's already there. And then I'm gonna ask you what's the counter intention of, like, why can't you do it? And I don't want you to overthink it. I just want you to say what comes to mind for you when you think about this. And then we'll go back and forth with it until you have what you need to do it. So, can I get someone who's willing to volunteer to do this? And then I'm going to figure out how to pin you. I'm gonna, do I have someone who's willing to volunteer to do it?
I'll volunteer.
Do the exercise? Okay, great. Hi,
Yes.
Miranda. All right. Um, how do I pin someone? Do you mind going on camera, Miranda?
Let me see.
We're all sis in here.
If you click on her name,
Uh-huh.
if you like right click on her name, it'll say view profile, chat, or pin.
Okay, thank you.
Trying to see if I could get this camera thing to
Okay, I see pin.
switch over.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so you guys can see us, right? So tell me something, Miranda. You can use whatever comes up for you. You just want it to be something that you want done by the end of 2025. And these are some examples up here. So tell me something that you want to manifest by the end of 2025. And say it
So you said say it like it's coming.
like you've done it. Yeah,
Man,
like you've done it.
okay. So I will manifest a multi-million-dollar government contract with a government agency.
Okay. So I want you to say, I have a multi-million-dollar contract with a government agency.
I have a multi-million-dollar contract with a government agency.
Okay. So tell me why you wouldn't.
The only thing that
Don't overthink it. Just tell me what pops up. Why can't you have that?
would stop me is my product may not the request.
Okay. What else?
What else would stop me? Just really understanding all the necessary to receive a government contract.
Okay. So now go back and say it again. I have a we're going to go back and forth.
I have
Is she freezing with anyone other than me? She's freezing. Okay. Maybe if you do turn your camera off, it'll be better, Miranda. That might be the thing. Okay. So until we get her back, is anyone else willing to share theirs? What they want to achieve? No, I can't. Anyone else willing to share theirs?
Okay, sorry I got disconnected. Can you all still hear
Get
me?
back. Yes. Yes. Okay, let's go back to okay. So tell me, I have a multi-million dollar contract with the government. And then
Yes.
go counter intention. I'm gonna go counter intention, intention, and you just tell me as I go back and forth, right?
Okay.
Okay, counter intention.
So you want me to say
Why you can't have it. When I say
why?
counter intention, tell me why you can't have it.
Don't necessarily have the product set up that I would solicit to the government. Don't necessarily know all the steps involved in getting set up.
Intention.
My intention is to learn about
I
the steps.
have
Okay.
$1 million, multi-million
I have.
contract.
So you saying, say that again. I have a multi-million-dollar contract established with a government agency.
Say it again. Intention.
I have a multi-million-dollar contract established with a government agency.
Counter intention.
The only thing that's stopping me is not knowing the steps and solidifying the product that or service that I will provide to the government.
Counter intention.
I have a multi-million-dollar contract established with a government agency.
Again.
I have a multi-million-dollar contract established with a government agency.
Counter intention. Why not?
Only thing that's stopping me is solidifying a product or service that I would be providing to the government and learning the necessary steps to set up my company through the government.
Counter intention.
So
Again.
you said,
Why not?
okay, I have. Oh, so say
Why
the why not.
Why, I want
Okay.
you to keep going, but why not?
Only thing that's stopping me right now is that I have not solidified the product or service that I plan to present to the government, and I don't know all the steps involved in setting up.
Why else can't you have it?
I don't see any other reasons why I can't have it.
Okay. So can you do those things that are in your counter intention?
I can do the things that's in my counter intentions.
Okay, so tell me that you have the contract already.
I have a multi-million-dollar contract established with a government agency.
And nothing.
Yeah. And nothing convinced me. I will learn all the steps involved in setting up the contract. I will narrow down the product or service that I plan to solicit to the government. And overall, I have a multi-million-dollar contract established with a government agency.
Thank you. Was that helpful at all? And I know we were sort of quick and going through the technique, but was that helpful to you, Miranda, at all?
Yes, I think it's good to speak it to yourself and to speak it out loud.
Yes. And you know exactly what's stopping you from doing something and you know how to fix it, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Was that helpful to everyone else? Did everyone else drop what you had as yours in the chat? Anyone else? Drop what you want to achieve in 2025. Hello, I can participate. If you want to join, I understand. Yes. Anyone else? Drop what you want to achieve. I create an AI program. Great, that's wonderful. Is it Malka? Yes, okay. I want to get more contracts, 25K or more. My mic is not working. Okay, no worries. No worries. All right. Everyone have what they want to manifest, right? Great. All right, so let's move on to, okay, you want to start a virtual assistant business. I love that. In 2025, I would like to figure out my next steps. Next steps in what, Taffany? Next steps in what? Okay. All right. So now that you know that you can do it, you know that nothing can really stop you, you know that you can work through trying to get through and say, what's my intention? What's my counter intention? Okay, Keandra, I think, said I'm a federal background investigator. I had the potential to grow this service and become my own contract agency. So lots of people are interested in being contractors in here, right? And doing contracts with the government. That's really amazing. So how do you do it? How do you do it? How do you create your sweet spot when you don't need to start from scratch? So I will say this, think about this. I like to use the analogy of Goldilocks and the Three Bears, right? So remember her porch, and every time she would go through the porch, she would say, this is too hot, this is too cold, but this, eventually she went, this one is just right. Well, that's kind of what your sweet spot is, like between what you love already, what you're good at, and what people will actually pay you for. That is really what your sweet spot is. Again, it's between what you love, what you're good at, and what people will actually pay you for. So think about this also like a retired age athlete. And sometimes I think we forget about how valuable things are. So when athletes usually retire, a lot of them become like sports commentators or coaches and etc. Right? A lot of them become it. And they're not really starting over, just like you're not starting over. They're pivoting into this new role where their expertise will help serve them in their new role. So let me take you through three sorts of ways you can use your experience into creating income. You can use your skill-based experience. So it could be what you already do inside the government, whether it's project management, HR, compliance, training, lots of things is needed on the outside, leadership training, etc. So you can say, think about, I want you to think about some of the skills you have right now. So think about skill-based income. You can do story-based type income, your journey, your voice, your insight. People pay people to be mentored, to be coached, to be guided through what you've already survived through. It could also be something you care about, like mental health, writing, community healing. These are like things for a purpose-driven type of business or foundation. So I want you to think about that. And then as we look at finding our sweet spot, which is really how do I get the skills that I really want to translate into a business what I really like doing, and what the market is saying that they need. How do I find what's right there in the center, what I call my sweet spot? How do I get that? When I get that, I feel like I'm in my zone of genius. I feel like I'm doing the thing that lights me up. I feel like I'm working in what I really already want to do, right? So, how to find that sweet spot. So, I want you guys to do this exercise. We're going to do this really quick. So, I want you to write down 3 things you do better than most people at work. 3 skills you have that you do better than most people at work. All right? Y'all holler at me when you got those. Y'all let me know. They got it. So then I want you to circle the one that feels the most exciting for you to teach. Because this is probably something that's feels natural, part of your passion, part of your purpose, you just like doing. Now I want to explain to you when I say, what market do you want to serve? So there are 3 markets that normally bring in income for people. How people make money online, physically too, but particularly online. It's usually in the health market, meaning you're helping someone get healthier in their body, um, meaning you're helping someone get better wellness, etc. And it's so many things under health that people can be healthy at, right? There's so many things. And then there's an overall category of wealth. Those are people who, you know, help people create businesses, help people create, help people with their finances, help people just increase how much money they can make, how they can grow their wealth, real estate, etc. Da da da. And then there's relationship that help people in some sort of way improve their relationships with themselves or others. So I want you to think about those skills you wrote down and the one that you feel particularly passionate about, and tell me, where does it fall in health, wealth, or relationship? So I want you guys to tell me, just come off of mute and tell me what is your skill, the 3 things you wrote down, the one you're passionate about, and which category it fits into. You can drop it in chat. Tell me out loud. I'd rather someone come off mute and just tell me what you got there.
I can start.
Okay.
So I wrote down educate, mentor, and project management. And I circle educate. So outside of everything, the one thing that I want to do is like health and wellness. And so, you know,
You
how
want to?
can I explain it?
No, go ahead.
I want to do the health and wellness, but I know I need some additional training to be able to really, relay the information confidentially, with confidence.
Okay. I want you to also remember you probably already got everything you need. So health and wellness, education. Are you into health and wellness? Did you get a transformation for yourself? Did you ever help someone else in health and wellness?
Well, yeah. And when I was in the military, I was actually a medic, but then, when I get into the government, I went into a different field. And so now, now that I'm older, different things is just starting to come back strongly. And so, yeah, that's something that I also would like to do in conjunction with the government contract.
Okay. Okay. So medic and contract. So health and wellness. You want to education, You want to educate who, women or men, or who on health and wellness?
So when I think of trying to establish a target market, like I kind of want to say both, but if I had to really narrow it down, I'm going to go with women and the age group of 50 and above, or let's just say 45 and above.
Okay. Now you guys are going to see how all of this come together for Miranda in a moment. Anyone else want to share? What is it that you feel like you got from the exercise? Would you write down? Would you circle? What market?
So this is Karen. So I feel like I'm all over the place. Unofficially at work, I was a leader. I didn't necessarily have the exact title, but I was seen as a leader in my sorority and some other organizations I'm in. I've always gravitated to being a leader. Like that comes relatively natural to me. Not sure if I would know how to teach it, but then also at work, I'm really good with with all of that, the administrative processes. Like I'm able to create Word documents relatively easy, spreadsheets, surveys. I'm really good at taking minutes. I'm very detailed in being able to transcribe what somebody is teaching on or what they're saying. There used to be a time when I would be in staff meeting and I would, take minutes for myself. And then I'd have other colleagues come to me and say, hey, well, what happened at the meeting? I missed it. And I would be able to tell them. And they would tell somebody else, well, if Sharon didn't write it down, it didn't happen because Sharon was really good at taking the minutes and she was able to capture everything that happened. So I know that I have a knack for it. I can't say that I'm passionate about taking the minutes per se. And it could be because I don't necessarily want to do it on somebody else's terms, maybe on my terms. But again, I like leadership, being a leader, run for various offices in my organizations, been successful and have not been successful, but I'm still willing to put myself out there.
Okay, that's awesome. So will you say that will be under health, wealth, or relationships?
Uh, I don't know. I mean, it could be all three. Health wise, that's not my thing. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
like to line dance. I like to roller skate. And when I'm out there line dancing, I catch on relatively easy. And people say, well, how do you do this dance? Can you help me? And I'm able to teach them, but I don't have a passion for wanting to teach in terms of, that, because there's other things that come in that realm of trying to be a teacher. As it relates to wealth, I don't know. As it relates to relationship, well, I don't know.
Okay. So if I was looking at, hey, if I was looking at leadership and leadership skills and administration, etc. So I would say it helps if you're teaching leadership skills or you're helping people get better at being a leader. I would say it helps create better wealth for someone. If someone has better leadership skills, they can lead better. So I would say the major category we're following would be wealth. That makes sense?
Sorta. But
Sort of.
when you see me looking down, I got my notebooks on. I'm taking notes. Um,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I'm all over the place.
Hopefully, by the time we're done here today, you won't be. And definitely keep participating and asking questions. I love for you other ladies, if you can come on camera, and let's talk about what you got from this exercise. Let's talk about some of the things you got. Anyone else willing to share? I know y'all not shy. Is everybody good? They feel like they got their sweet spot? Let me know if you feel like you got it. Everybody feel like they got it? All right. I'm listening. I can't really come up with the ideas at the moment. Education. Okay. Okay, Keandra, write down 3 things that you're just better than most people at work. What is the thing that people come to you about all the time? Okay. So before we move on, guys, I'm not sure, I don't think I had anything like that, honestly. Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you do as your job, Kendra? If you don't mind, will you come off of mute and let's talk through it? And we're gonna have the ladies help. I work alone at home as a federal background investigator, currently at the gym. Okay, no worries. All right. So you guys help me out. Help Keandra out at what she's good at. She works at home alone as a federal background investigator. What do you think would be some of the things you guys tell me? Just you can put it
So
in the chat or say it out loud. What do you think she might be good at?
I think
Customer
also
service,
compliance,
Compliance,
analyzation,
analyzation.
in the
critical
chat it
thinking,
says,
What's that? She said interviews,
and there's also relationships and due diligence. That's in the chat.
relationships, due diligence. How is this sounding to you, Keandra? Out of all the things they said compliance, analyzation, interviews, relationships, due diligence. What do you think? Which one you like to do the most? What's the thing you like to do the most? Compliance. Good. Someone said you can create a dating app. Like I said, maybe. Okay. Are you getting the idea now? Hey, if I love these are the 3 things I do. Hey, I like compliance. Who needs compliance? Everybody, right? Everybody, every organization needs compliance.
yeah,
When you have better compliance, you make more money. You keep things safer. Lots of things happen when you have better compliance. I would probably tie it to leadership and money though. I think knowing the rules, remembering them, and following them is what I'm good at. That's really good. See, you just said you couldn't. You got it. You got it. I like knowing the rules, remembering the rules, following the rules. So who can you help that are not good at that? Who can you help with good compliance? All businesses need good compliance. Companies, there you go, exactly. And you help companies, and companies create better wealth with compliance. They also create better relationships and etc. But I think it will fit easier into wealth. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone out looking into human resources? Love it. There you go. Yes. So I can help human resource officers have better compliance. Okay? Anyone else stuck? Let's not move on to everybody has this piece. Good, Keandra. Was that helpful? Was that helpful from everybody? Was that helpful for you? I know you're in the gym, but was that helpful? Yes, thank you. Okay, all right. Lisa, where you at with this? Malka, Monifa, where you are? Where are you guys with this? You can come off mute or you can throw it in the chat. What did you come up with here? I didn't get on here to brief y'all. Came on here for you guys for us to figure this out. I'm thinking about an app. Okay, you want to create an AI app? Okay, you said AI earlier, right? AI app, okay. I was in another meeting, so catch it out. Okay, so Monifa, everybody's doing the exercise that's on the screen. Write down 3 things you do better than most people at work. Circle the one that feels the most exciting to you to teach. Now, what market do you want to serve? The 3 markets that make money are health, wealth, and relationship. Every business that's out there falls in one of those 3. Oh, Lisa must have got kicked out. Okay. You guys catch up with that. Okay. And we're going to move on. So now I want you to check out your workbook, right? At the back of that workbook, everybody got the workbook? Or do we need to put the link in here again? Everybody got the workbook? Let's put the link in here again. Okay. Here we go. Everybody grab this workbook. Am I sharing the workbook? So at the back of this workbook, I gave y'all some really good goodies, right? The back of this workbook, there are 12 plug and play ideas for retiring feds. So let's just get familiar with it a little bit. Everybody with me here? Okay. So the thing you just said, hey, I'm good at, hey, I probably would like doing it, and it falls in one of these markets. That's my sweet spot. So now what can I do with that? So really quickly, these are lots of ways that you can use that sweet spot, right? One is consultant. Like you can use it, you could be a consultant. Somebody said they wanted to work in the HR department. You could be a consultant where you use your skills. You come into a company, you advise them on solving problems, improving processes, or meeting goals. And it's the fastest way actually to monetize your skills because you come in right in and you're just helping others do what you already know. Set your own rate. So a good example would be a retired HR director advising corporation on, well, not right now, diversity, but on recruitment strategies or employee engagement. Is that making sense? You can easily come in and do a VIP day with a company or with a person. Maybe there is a leader who needs some leadership training, need to understand how to do something. They have a project coming up, or etc. And they need to know how to do this now. You can schedule a VIP day with them, price your VIP day for what you want to price it for, and you can help that team redesign their workflow in a single day. You can go in a company and do that, right? So that's just another example. You could do private coaching. A good example with that is coaching mid-level managers to step into senior leadership roles, and they'll, with confidence. You can do group coaching, where you have a lot of people come together and make an impact that way in a structured way. Like a 12-week program teaching retired feds how to launch their first online business. You can do coaching. And what I mean by coaching is you can write your own course. I meant course, not coaching. Write your own course once you create it, or you can do your course live, like an online course on how to write winning federal grant proposals. I could have done something like that. It's not my passion. That's the last thing I did within DOJ was manage federal grants. So how many people want to know how to write a grant? Lots of people want to know how to write a grant. So whatever it is that you might have a skill in. Project management is huge. I remember somebody saying they had project management skills. Project management is huge. And then memberships. You can do a membership. You can bring people in a membership for women leaders, so they can they can be in a group setting with other women or other whoever your target audience to create within inside of that group training resources and a community. You can do a mastermind. Again, where you bring a small group of people together and work through something together to create streams of income. Virtual event, live events. You can do a summit, conference, etc. Who said they wanted to do an AI app? You can do a digital products. You could create a blueprint for someone, etc. For those of you, certification and trainer programs. You can sell back to the government. I know some of you say you wanted to do things with contracts. Speaking, training, facilitation, go into corporations, go back into the government, where you can speak and do keynotes on resiliency, leadership, transitions. Do it with the federal government, how to train, how to be, even Karen, how to be good administrative assistant. Let me train all your administrative assistants how to get what they need, right? So that they give you a better product in the end. Retreats. You can create a retreat, bring people together to go on a retreat, right? Like a 3-day, second half CEO retreat, which is actually what I'm planning, guys, in Savannah for women, federal women ready to map their post-retirement life and business plan, where we all come together and we figure it out over 3 days, right? So tell me, did you guys, how is that? Was that helpful in understanding a lot of things that you could do? Tell me what you're getting from that. Anything stand out to anyone, of which one they might think about doing?
Part, and the follow through.
Mm-hmm. Say it again, Miranda. I think I missed the first part you said.
So I said that the information that you have given is very helpful.
Okay, good. Did any of those 12 resonate with you?
Especially, the different business ideas. But I said we're always starting and actual following through. Like in my mind, I need to see steps. Like I'm visual. So it's like we can talk, but I actually need to, we discuss something, then we do it. And so a lot of times I find that I don't get the follow through that I need. It's just verbal, and you read and it's like just do it on your own, more so than really, have that mentorship set up to where it is really visual and is active.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree 100%. All right. So we got our sweet spot. Ladies, let's do our offer. Right? Let's do our offer. Hang with me. You should come out of this with some. Hang with me. So our offer. I need you guys to write it down. That thing you just wanted to do in health and wellness and educate women. Let's just say you want to do health and wellness to educate women, whether you want to get a contract doing it, whether you want to do it on your own. Let's just say you want to do that, Miranda, right? We'll keep walking through it. So who
Yes.
would this be helping? Who is the person you would be helping? When you say women, you said women, you did get a little specific. You said women at 45 and up, but tell me more about this particular woman you would want to help.
Above.
Does she need to lose weight? Is she having medical problems? Tell me a little bit more about who she is.
Yes. Yes. All that, weight loss, healthy eating, healthy mental mindset, um, just, building them up, just helping them become, confident, because I truly believe that, all of us, we have something in our heart that we really, really want to do, but sometimes fear stops people. And just really just being able to, go deep inside to pull that out to help them be the best version of themselves.
Okay.
So, what am I solving?
Mm-hmm.
I would say, like, maybe poor eating habits, could be, just, they just tired, they just need motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So, those are just the only two things I can really think of right now.
Mm-hmm. Would you be open to say you're solving quality of life issues?
I feel like I would be,
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. And how would you help doing it? Think about the 12 things we just talked about. How would you?
solving a life issue. It help them definitely feel better.
Yeah.
Um, how would I do it? So
Uh-huh.
for me, it definitely would be the coaching, training, and a consultant. And I really do want to, set up a space to where, I'm able to, have, different workshops.
Okay. Okay. So let's just say you were coaching them. Let's start with one. Let's just say you were coaching them. What would they walk away with as a result of
Um,
you coaching them?
okay, well, they're definitely going to walk away with step by step instructions. Like me, like I felt like I would really, be setting up a care plan for my clients so
Okay.
that we could really work on some of the issues that they want to get
Okay. Really, really good, Miranda. So I want you to write those 4 steps down that we just talked
better,
about.
want to get better with. And so
Really,
here I would
really,
personally
really
set up
good.
like I'm sorry, what did you say?
No, I'm sorry for interrupting.
So I was just saying, yeah, I would set up a care plan and we would establish milestones and, of course, give them information and how you do it, and why you're doing it. Um,
Okay. Really, really good. Anyone else willing to share
and
what they're
yeah,
coming
that's
up
what I
with
would
here?
try to do. Oh, okay, that's what I would do.
That's really good.
What would they walk away with?
Yes. A care plan.
Uh,
That's really good.
Confidence, self-renewal, just feeling overall feeling a well-being.
Absolutely love it. Anyone else willing to share what they walk away with? If you can't say it out loud, drop it in the chat. Oh, I'm helping companies solve training time and creating compliance consistency, coaching and speaking engagement. Okay. All right, let's go deeper. You guys drop it in the chat if you're now or come on live.
I'm sorry, who are you speaking with?
I was just saying anyone else who are willing to
Oh,
share.
okay.
So this is Karen. So for a virtual assistance business, really focusing on the administrative processes, things that startup companies do not want to do. They don't want to have to figure out, well, how do I do the invoice and how do I pay the bills? They want to just get out and market their business. And so I would be the person that would help with their administration. Let me set up your file so I can do that file organization. Let me help manage your emails. Let me help manage your calendar, that type of thing.
Okay. So yours would be more B2B, where you would be going to companies and you would help them solve their. Okay.
Yeah, because they just want to get out and just be able to market. They don't want to have to deal with the paperwork that has to be done for the business. And even if the paperwork is virtual, there's still certain things that they have to do.
Okay. Sounds amazing. That's really good too. Thank you. Miranda, y'all getting so much from Miranda and Karen. Come on, guys. Y'all jump in. Jump in and tell me what you thinking. Alicia. Are you sharing, Leisha? Okay. It's still on.
You're on mute.
You're on mute. She look like, no, I'm not.
Hello, I'm sorry. I changed from my phone to because I was doing stuff on my phone and listening. But I wanted to get more information on like how would I do like trainings and education. So that's why I saw I think it was health, wealth, and relationships. So how would I integrate like trainings and education um through the government?
Okay. So you want to do contracts.
Correct.
Okay. And you want to come in and do training and education on relation and on what kind of relationship?
No, I was just
That's
saying
your
when I was looking
market.
at the three things that you said that you were that are the big
Yeah.
businesses are relationship, wealth, and health.
Yes.
So I
Uh-huh.
was trying to figure out how I can integrate something like that into not something like that, but how what I know, K-12 education. So how would that integrate well into those three things? So that's I'm listening. I'm trying to think and trying to problem solve in my head.
Okay. So when you say education on what?
So like say if I can get a contract to go into a school that may be failing in reading or math or science and then train teachers on how to deliver the curriculum in a way that will meet the students' needs. Let me say it like that.
Okay. Okay. So your big three, it would be in relationship. You would be getting a contract to go into schools to train teachers.
Yes.
Right. Okay. That sounds really clear. Is that still confusing?
No, I guess I didn't know which one. So you were saying it goes on a relationship.
Relationship.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, yep, yep. So it will, well, I would say training itself, it can create wealth, but it doesn't like, that's not the first thing it does. The first thing it probably does is falls in relationships when you're training. Yeah. I love what you want to do.
Thank you. I'm sorry I wasn't more engaged. I was on my phone trying to do something, so now I'm on my computer, so it's better now.
Okay, I love that though. Thank you. And so, okay, Lisa is want to do contracts to go into schools and train teachers, and then Karen, you're interested in having a VA company, virtual assistant companies for companies, and then Miranda want to do health and wellness with women, and then Monifa, I would love to hear from you. What? Hey.
I am just, you would think Sunday would be low key, but it's not today. So, um, but yeah, I've kind of already started my business. So this is very helpful in having me integrate and, try to build, particularly with this. So and maybe you might have some feedback for me. My main thing is I provide leadership and personal development coaching. So, primarily for Christian women in business, specifically helping them move past the fear that they experience, whether it's in experiencing the fear in starting the business, while they're in the business and not getting to the next stage, actually helping them navigate that fear so that they can be more confident in how they position themselves and then increase their visibility and expand their businesses. So I think mine would fall under the wealth piece,
Mhm.
for what you're talking about. And then like I said, doing that by way of the coaching as well as the speaking engagements. So
Okay. That's
that's what
really
I'm.
clear. That's good. That's good. I wanted thank you for sharing that, Monifa. I wanted to make sure everybody got clear on okay, what is it that I really like doing
Mhm,
and who am I going to do it with,
mhm,
and then how do I create an offer for them? How would I deliver it to? How would I solve their problem? So as you know, when you are in a program and you're working through something like Miranda said, you go much deeper into this, but this just gives you the overall like, okay, this is how I understand, what I like doing compared to what skills I already got. And then this is who I'm actually going to help with this, and this is how I'm going to get them some results. This is what I'm going to do to get them some results. How I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it through, like you say, teaching, coaching, etc. Okay. Everybody clear so far? Because we're going to create the next thing. Everybody clear so far? Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So now we're going to bring all this together, and this is where I think it's going to make sense to you guys in who you help. So you have two examples here underneath. I help retiring federal HR professionals become executive resume coaches using a three-step system so they can work from anywhere and earn what they deserve. I help overwhelmed women leaders reduce stress and reclaim peace using wellness coaching and mindset strategies. So I want you guys to take what you've written in those two exercises and I want you to create your I help statement. What is your I help statement? It is your 30-second, this is what I do in business. You can tell people exactly what you do, and it's in alignment with what you wanted to create. So I want us to take some time to say, I help who? And why do I say who? It's because if you're trying to help everyone, you help no one. So you do have to niche down to say who exactly am I going to help? And Monifa gave a really good example of that. I help Christian. I want you said Christian coaches or
Christian women in business,
Christian
Christian
women
business
in
women.
business. She's very clear on that. I help who? Christian women in business. Go from what?
Oh, going from feeling less confident, moving past the fear so that they can show up more confidently and expand their businesses
By how? How do you do it?
by coaching and speaking engagements.
Okay, by coaching and speaking the game. Okay, so that's your initial I help statement, right? Okay. So someone else tell me exactly what you do. I know where you're missing your little piece at, Monifa, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. I want everybody to create theirs. I see some in the chat. Malka says, I help niche experts and seekers go from overwhelmed by noise to empowered with clarity by curating A1 threatened communities that pay for truth, not clout. Great start. I love it, Malka. And of course, oh, threaded. Okay. Okay. So one thing we want to do, and I see you're very technical, is we want to write it in like a third grader. Like a third grader would know what you did. So go back and try to rewrite it in such a way that if you were selling it to a third grader, they will understand it. And Lisa can help us with language there, like what a third grader would get, right? I understand it. So I want everyone to write who they help right here. I help who, go from where, after what, by what. And what I mean by the how is, how do you get them there? I think Miranda said by creating them, what did you say, Miranda? A plan? I create them a...
Yes, a care plan and setting milestones.
Okay. By creating them a career plan. Okay. Everybody, once you have yours, throw it in the chat. Everybody throw theirs in the chat. Once you have your I help statement. You can also say it out loud. It's fine. Tell me where you stuck, if you got it.
So do you want us to read what we filled the blanks in with?
Yes, please.
Okay, so let me try. I'll give it a try. So I wrote, I help women underachieved to feeling healthy, confident, and happy within themselves within 8 weeks by creating a care plan and setting milestones. So I feel like I should add a little bit something in there, like by providing training, workshops, creating a care plan, and setting milestones.
Okay. So I love all of that. Now, that's your first version. How would you write your, if you look at the examples below, how would you write your second version? How would you shorten that?
Say I help women. Let me see, 35 and above. Oh,
Especially look at Miranda, especially look at example number 2.
okay. I help overwhelmed women leaders reduce stress and reclaim peace using wellness coaching and mindset strategies. Okay, that sounds good.
Wait. That's an example, so I want you to update yours, maybe using that.
Okay, I'm gonna work on it.
Okay, so Lisa says, I help teachers boost student achievement by providing strategies and resources that increase test scores. You see how that has an outcome? Strength-based classroom instruction and building confidence in learning. Okay, now how do you do it, Lisa? Add your how. How are you doing with it, Karen? You got it? We can talk it out loud if you guys want to talk it out loud. Okay. I have teachers. Okay, this is Lisa. Lisa again. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I have teachers increase student achievement and raise test scores by providing engaging research-based training that strengthens instructional strategies, improve classroom management, and builds teacher confidence. Okay, so the how is how you deliver it to them by training. Um,
So it'll be by trainings.
okay, by trainings. Okay,
So that's I added the training part.
okay. Yep, at the training part. Okay. And then, okay, I see the AI. So tell me guys, is this making it clearer? Is this making it make more sense? All right. All right. So that's what I want you guys to do is go ahead and drop in the chat the your I help statement. So I want to make sure that everybody are clear with this. Yes, the download is a great resource. Okay, great. Um, your I help statement is really your first offer. And then all of you have said, hey, this is how I would offer that. I would do it in a training. I would do it by coaching. This is how I would do this offer. So even if you've never started a business before, even if you've never done it before, you just created your first offer to pitch to someone. I want to know if y'all got that. You just created your first offer. You just said who you serve, what problem you're going to serve, and how you're going to deliver it to them. So before I go into how you can launch this, I want to know that everybody get that they just created their first offer. Who you serve, who you serving, what problem you're going to solve for them, how you're going to deliver it to them. You don't need to go figure out how to deliver it to them because you've already done it. You've either got the transformation yourself or you got it for someone else, right? You need to know everybody on the same page. Are we there? Are we all there? Drop yes. Okay, yes. Okay. Everybody good. Okay, great. All right. So how do you launch that? How do you launch what you just came of processing ideas? I love that. Keep processing. So how do you launch that? I provide, oh, thanks, Karen. I provide simple solutions to your administrative processes so that you can focus on increasing your business. And then you just put how you do it by providing you VA services, VA coaching services, however you're going to do it.
Okay.
Okay. So, just got real. How you going to launch it? How you going to get clients? Clients could be individual clients, B2B, government contracts, however it is you want to get clients. It's how you're going to launch it, how you're going to get them there, right? So this is how you launch. It's a simple way to launch and get yourself out there. You launch by letting everyone know you have a business. Pull up that workbook I gave you. At the back, it says how to introduce your business. Everybody got that? How to introduce your business. When you're ready to launch, you don't have to come and do this. I know we've been to these grand openings, these ribbon cutting ceremonies and all of this stuff, but you don't have to launch like that. You can just launch simple by letting everybody know that you have a business. The next thing you want to do, and we'll go over that, is make sure your business is legit. I gave you a really good bonus checklist. And then how to get clients, how to get your first 5 clients. So everybody got the workbook? Let's talk through this a little bit. I'm going to see if I can pull that up. I haven't been very good at this, but let me see. All right. So everybody see this, how to launch. This is all you have to do to launch. Is let people know you have the service that you have. You can take this one, switch out what you do with this. And if you've launched already, like Monifa, you've already launched, relaunch. Did she jump off? If you've already launched, relaunch. This is all you need to do to launch. Go through this guide, set up your business, just get it legit. You don't have to do everything on here, just enough to get it legit. And then I really want to talk to you about this strategy, how you get leads. And this is for if you're trying to get contracts, trying to get people, whatever the deal is. How many of you realize you have all of these contacts in your federal government pool already? You just go in there. Go in your social media, go in your phone, go in your email, etc. Create this Google Doc so you have access to all your contacts. We all probably have at least 2,000 contacts in there. Look at them as possible leads. Either they need your service or know someone that needs your service. Get them all down. Email or text 100 people a day. Let them know what you're starting, what you're doing. Tell them what you're doing. If they're interested, they'll let you know. If not, tell them to, hey, give it to someone who may be interested. And then you just sort of repeat that until you go through all your contacts. All of us have 200 contacts, 2,000 contacts. Between social media, between people we know already, etc. We all have it. So you want to go in and do that. So statistically wise, you're going to convert at least 1 to 2%. So what does that mean? That means you have at least 10 to 20 clients that you can have. So what I teach you is I teach you how to do premium offers, not selling a $27 ebook, but how to have every service you do is priced at least $1,000. So you can do 20 clients and replace your income, or somewhat replace your income, or supplement your retirement. So there's a simple way that we do that. So use that as a guide to help you launch your business, right? So don't make it hard. Don't make it hard. Let everybody know, make it legit, go through the process of that sheet of trying to get your first 5 clients. Okay, really quick Q&A. and I want to introduce something to you all. Any quick Q&A before we kind of say what's next? Anybody get value? You guys have get some value?
Yeah, I enjoyed the interaction with the other ladies and even the ladies that weren't able to come off mute, but the interaction that was in the chat and just, being able to bounce ideas off of you and also all of the other participants.
Awesome. Awesome. I like Karen's feedback. Awesome. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So what's next? So what could be next for you guys today? I really want to introduce you to this. You just saw, hopefully, how to turn your federal experience into an income. We go a little bit deeper. So imagine if you had 8 weeks of clarity, strategy, and support with other women. That's why I really want to introduce you to my 8-week group coaching program. It's called Power Pivot. How do you pivot with power? Where we package your expertise into a profitable offer. We go deeper. We create your signature process and framework. So now you know exactly how you get someone a transformation. We help you build out how you can get other income streams beyond your pension, how you can do it with coaching, consultant, all of the other things that you decide to do from that list of 12. And then we help you launch it. I give you the templates. I give you everything you need, teach you how to do content, etc., to launch your program. So it's really a step-by-step business launch system. So you're not just thinking about starting your business, you're actually doing it with guidance from me and a community of other women who are in there with me. They're in there with you and we do it together. Why does it matter? Because like some of you said, I know Miranda said, you'll retire, you won't have a clear plan, you'll leave, you actually won't do it yourself. And that does leave money and opportunities on the table. I know, Miranda, you're trying to get that multi-million-dollar contract. And you really don't know sometimes how to pull your magic out so you can get that framework that you really, really need. Yes, Karen, go ahead.
Can you go back a slide? I was trying to capture that information, please.
Okay. Of course, when you want to go back. Okay. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this program, it really does solve that gap for what you guys have going on. So this is the framework that I use. It's called the Power Pivot Framework. And it helps you figure out the things you're best at, how do you serve people the best, and launch without second guessing yourself. There's 8 modules that we do inside the program. We go deeper into finding your sweet spot, your vision, how much money you want to make, what are your really good strengths. We use the Clifton Strength, and how do you fit into the market. So you get really clear so you feel like you're making money and don't feel like you're working. Nobody wants another job. Then we help you package it in creating your offer, your unique framework, and then creating your unique value proposition. Like you said, Karen, what I do naturally, I bring it to the table, how I'm able to take notes to capture everything in the room. We help you package your magic in a way where you can offer it to other agencies. And then we help you launch and get clients, help you market. You don't have to dance on TikTok. I don't dance on TikTok. Help you, unless you want to. Help you market that in a way, help you sell what people actually want and need, and then help you build momentum through using your network by really just tapping into relationships, the relationships that you really already have. So here's the breakdown. Miranda was saying you needed exactly what we do. This is what we do over the 8 weeks. We create your vision the first week. We get through your profitable skills by going through an IP audit of your skills. We help you define your niche and your audience, granular. We go deeper than what we did yesterday. Package it into that offer come up with your unique framework and process of how you get people results and transformation. I help you price it premium. We don't do $27. We do at least $1,000. And then I help you launch it into the market. And we create these. Look, we're not the most techy. Malcolm, you might be techy, but most of us aren't because we had like a tech area we went to, right? So we're not the most techy. So I help you launch it in a very simple, non-techy type way. And then we build out your plan of what you're going to do for the rest of the year. What does that mean? You get clarity on exactly what to sell, confidence to position yourself as the expert. You get a proven system to start now and a community of other women just like you. And then you get a plan that helps create your freedom and fulfillment. So I really just wanted to.
When it comes to entrepreneurship, one of the biggest assets is the people that you're connected with. And Daisy has a specific skill set.
You got to hear it.
She is able to identify two individuals that can benefit from each other's expertise. And that's exactly what she did for me. Daisy helped me to connect with the right individual who was managing the right community, and that community happened to need what my course was offering. And I was able to increase my sales by $50,000-$60,000, and I would not have been able to do that had it not been for Daisy. So if you are thinking about working with her, I'm telling you, don't think anymore. Daisy is the GOAT when it comes to helping you connect the dots, connect with the right people, and increase your sales and your business, which is really what we all want.
So that was Talisa, and I helped Talisa with her program.
When it comes to
I want to go.
When it comes to
and then I don't know why this is like doing this to me. Well, anyway, I'll tell you guys about Terica. She is SES with VA, and she came in and she wanted to create her business as well. And she really wanted to do something that was not in what she was doing already. And so we looked at what she wanted to create, and she wanted to help mid-level ladies go into executive levels. And so we created her program around executive presence and emotional intelligence. And so now she's out selling that program. So I do want to give you guys my offer for today. The 8-week program starts on September 10th. It is normally $2,000 or $1,997. There is an incentive pricing for you to enroll today and for being live on the workshop, which is $997. And if you pay in full, you get a 90-minute business strategy session with me in addition to that. And that'll help boost you. So when you come to the 8-week course, you can get even more value out of it. There is also payment plans. If you decide you want to do payment, it's 3 payment plans. You will have to do $350 today and then 2 additional payments of $350. So the 50% is just today for 50% off. So I would need for you guys to scan the QR code and decide whether this is a good fit or program for you. I would love to work with you all to help you get to your business goals. So if you have questions now, you can ask me questions or around the offer or anything else. Any questions? Let me know if you're going to take the offer. Have a question? Okay. Love the course and the insight. My only thought in today's economy, $9.97 is tough. Subscription to tier option could make it easier for more people to access your brilliance. That's awesome. I do, Malca, have a 3 payment option for $9.90 with $350 down today. I also have a firm on my site of like a firm and Afterpay where you can do it for, I guess they charge like very little if you go through one